Stock traders and investors, I hope all of you had a fantastic day. Today, I had a little bit of a loss. I had a 0.2% loss. So I had some good stocks, definitely had some bad stocks. If you were following the top 7, you would have done worse than that. It did not have a good day. The top 7 just really didn't do well from yesterday's day. The bios did really well, and so that was one thing that I was pretty excited about. Month to date, if you were following along, you should have finished the month right around a 21% gain. So overall, pretty well. If you could get a 20% gain every single month, you would really have huge gains at the end of the year. You know, slow and steady wins the race on this. Small gains a lot of times beat those gigantic gains because they can be disguised as losses in the future because you can get too confident going after those runners and then get caught upside down. It just can be really bad. Year to date, I am at 345.43% return, way above my 200% goal. So I'm very happy about that. I have a lot of sales to report. I was definitely extremely active throughout the day. Let's start with the stocks I intraday traded. So I intraday traded KIRK, RXT, Rackspace, GL, which was a short, and BSGM, which was a short. RXT had a 1% gain. I was not super active in my intraday trading, and I really only had a couple trades, and so I had one good, one bad. KIRK, I had a small loss, and RXT, I had a gain, and it ended up being kind of a wash, definitely. But my shorts did really well, and also my shorts from the day before did well that I closed out in the morning. I closed my PEIX short, and I did that for an 8% gain. So I'm going to be keeping track of how they do this next month, and so I found a really good strategy, and so I'm going to see how it works. And that's how it works with the new strategy. That's what you do. That is great advice. So if you have something new you're trying out, write it down in a journal. Track your sales in a journal. Check and see how effective it is and see if it's something that's really working for you, and do it over a month and see how it goes. Give it a try and stick with it, and if it's not working and you're having less than a 40% win rate, I recommend getting out of that. But I closed my PHX short for an 8% gain, and I closed my NIO short, NIO, for an 8.3% gain. So got rid of both of those. I have a lot of stocks to talk about that I sold that were in the top 7 and the others because I was very active today in my selling. And if you want to keep track of those shorts, then I highly recommend you check out our Patreon group. There are so many great members that help one another, and it's a really great community of investors. In the standard level, that is where I keep track of my intraday trading and my shorts. And so I cover when I'm entering a short sale, when I cover a short sale, and that can be very good so you can kind of see what the strategy is, and I do a lot of explanation on what the strategy is at that level. So anyways, I sold ATO for a 0.38% gain. I sold CWH for a 13.5% loss. Now this was very, very unfortunate. I held on to this one a little too long. It had insider activity this morning. It shouldn't have done what it did, but you know, hey, it's hard to fight the market, and this had hit a point to where I was wanting to exit because I was scared of losing more. So a 13.5% loss is bad, but you know, this is a stock that's climbed from $7 all the way up to $35. So is it unreasonable to think that it could drop all the way to 15? No. I know it's had insider activity. It's definitely had people putting money into it. But anyway, CWH, it was right for me to definitely get out of it. It hit that point where I decided I was going to exit. The next is NGM. So NGM had positive data, but it really didn't pop like I wanted. And so I sold it for a 2.8% loss. So I had this for about a week and a half, and it just never really popped, and it just really didn't move. And I didn't get a great entry point in it. It was time to get out, put that money into something else that can make money. Today, Monday, right at close, TTOO did a little spike because they got an emergency use authorization. I have been looking for an exit point on this. I love this stock. I really do like it. I like what they're doing, but at the same time, it doesn't fit any of my strategies anymore. And so it was time for me to move on from TTOO. So I sold it. I finally sold it for a 5% gain. The other one I sold was ZSAN, ZSAN. Now I got in on this really early. I was 20% up in this, so this is a little frustrating, but I sold it for a 5.8% gain. The reason why is Monday after market, right as the market closed, ZSAN declared that they're doing a public public offering, and that dilutes the shares. It dilutes the value for shareholders. I don't like it. I'm always scared of an offering. I feel lucky to get out with a gain, definitely a 5.8% gain. I'm sure some of you were not that lucky because you didn't get in it nearly as early as when we started covering this on the list. And I like to use Webull to buy and sell a lot of these, especially on my shorts. And Webull is a powerful tool. And one thing I like about Webull is you can close a short in pre-market, aftermarket. You can open a short in aftermarket, pre-market. You can buy as early as 3 o'clock in the morning Central Time. Check it out in the description down below. You get one free stock when you sign up. You get another free stock when you deposit money. I think it's a great value, and I think it's a great broker, and that's the reason why I use it and endorse it. And I would never endorse anything I didn't believe in. So let's get to the others and get going on this. The first one is Red Rock Resorts. So I still have this. It did finish down 5.48% today, which is not good. My average in it's $17.02. And I've been excited about this for two reasons. One is the Fertitta family's really been buying up a lot of shares. And also they have this play-on system where you can use your debit card right at the table. And that's so convenient for gamblers. I think that's really cool. And I think that's why the Fertitta family is putting so much money in. I think it's going to really make a difference in their sales. And as long as they continue to buy, I'm going to be a buyer into Red Rock Resorts because I like it. The next is CAR. So CAR finished down 3.40% today. My average in it's $34.48, but there's been $10 million in recent insider purchases. All of them have been done in open market, and so they paid the same price that you or me would pay, either the Icon Group or the director that has been in it. So that is a really good one. The next is PEIX. This finished down 4.35% today. My average in it's $3.91. Nathan Gilbert has been buying up shares, and hopefully that continues and that this can get more and more kind of going up. Anyway, I like this company. I think it's going to do well. It just hasn't yet. So we will see what happens. The next is KALA. This is not on the top 7 because they have an October 30th PDUFA, which is a lot earlier than I like to get in, but it was one of those things where I thought it could start its run up at any time, so I wanted to get into it. Today it finished up 3.25%, which is really good. My average in it's $9.27, and so I'm expecting this to start to climb and go all the way up until its PDUFA date. I'm expecting good things. The next one is BLNK. So today that finished down 3.70%. My average in it $7.19, and insiders have been loading up on this even though there's been some negative press. I like those type of stocks because it beats down the price, makes it easy for me to enter where I want to enter. And so as those insiders are loading up, they obviously know that there's nothing to it. Otherwise, they wouldn't be putting their own money in it. That's just my own take, and that's been my experience. Here we go. Top 7. Number 7 is AQST. Today it finished up 1.55%, which really helped save me because this is by far my largest position. My average in it's $5.35. I really loaded up before it started moving upwards. So that's why it's my largest position, is because it's grown so much. I'm up in it almost 50%. The PDUFA date's coming up September 27th. It's an epilepsy drug called Libervant. Analyst targets are anywhere between $18 a share all the way up to $35 a share, believe it or not. There's just so much room for this stock to run, and they did an offering just 2 months ago. So there's not going to be another offering. They have plenty of cash. They're in good shape. And so I'm expecting a big run up on this stock for that reason. Number 6 is CALX. Yes, it's still in the top 7, even though it finished down 11.27% today. So it had a miserable day. My average in it's $20.66. The one good news about this is now a short sale restriction has been triggered. So no one can enter into a new short position on this stock. And so that should really help it. And David Listwin, he keeps on buying up shares. Hopefully that continues. I'm expecting it to continue, and I'll be checking and watching the insider report for that. The next is SAFE, number 5, SAFE, finished up 0.53% today. My average in it's $51.93. So this has had 17 business days in a row. iStar has been buying up shares, and so for that reason, I'm expecting SAFE to continue to move up. Last year it did this and it doubled in price, so I'm expecting the same result. Number 4 is FBIO. FBIO finished up 4.63% today. Really helped me out. My average in it's $3.64. It has an October 10th PDUFA date, but this is a hot stock, and there's a lot of people that really like this stock, and I think that this one has just so much in its pipeline that it could really shoot up. So at the price that it's at right now, I mean, it's really not even close to where it's going to be. So very excited about FBIO. Number 3 is VG. VG is new to the list, and today it finished up 1.15%. I like this company, definitely. My average in it's $11.49. The CEO bought 200,000 worth of shares, and so it was very, very bullish, done in open market, and so I think it's going to be a good stock for a while. Number 2 is INBX. It finished up 3.86%. This is a brand new insider, and my average in it's $17.51, and Sharon Chabet bought $3.5 million worth. So that is quite a bit. So as long as that continues, I'm expecting this one to continue its run up. All right, number one. Number one is ETON. I mean, this continues to move up. It's got a very close PDUFA date, and so it finished up 8.89% today. My average in it's $6.95, so it's really starting to pick up some steam. September 15th, they have a PDUFA date, and that's the first one. They have another PDUFA date on the 29th. This is a rare kind of double dipper, definitely. And so I'm expecting great things from ETON. I do lots of work for this list, so if you could do me a huge favor and please hit that most amazing and wonderful like button. And if you're seeing me and you like the analysis and you like what I have to say and you're interested in different coverage that I give on particular insiders and PDUFA run-ups, please subscribe and turn on those bell notifications so you can get notified whenever anything new comes out. I put out one of these each and every business day. I enjoy talking with a lot of you each and every day. I hope that you have a fantastic rest of the week. Happy trading. Raythoven out.